I've got no idea if I'll be able to play this game because there's always the issue with making it a one-player thing instead of computer versus computer, computering it. But I do believe I am the guys in the white shirts. Ooh. So the selection of the guys you control is generally it's quite all right, I guess. I'll put automatic goalie off. Don't know why. Probably a dumb idea, but I thought that might be better. I'm pretty sure the goalie isn't automatic on international soccer. Hey, see, I don't like Emlyn Hughes because you got this stupid 2-second delay while the players are drawn turning round. I don't really care about stuff like that. That's for the kind of people who have the same hairstyle as Glenn Hoddle or something. They go to the barbers and say, I want the Glenn Hoddle hairstyle. I'm not that fascinated with football, mate. I like playing football games, but I couldn't give a shit about actual realism in football. I only like arcade football games, like International Superstar Soccer on the Mega Drive, J-League, stuff like that. How did they miss the ball? I find the controls a bit infuriating. Now this is the one that seems to scroll the nicest out of all the... what's going on? Yeah, the other games that are sort of like this viewpoint, they're not... The scrolling is juddery, and so it affects the gameplay because it affects the response time to the joystick input. So just get it on their side. Yeah, I'm not really feeling it. I might have to check out some other football games. It's alright. As a two-player game, it's probably fine. It's just that the computer obviously has a massive advantage over me. Okay, I'm definitely going to leave the old automatic goalie on in future. Yeah, so as a two-player game it'll be fine. I'm not even that fussed about the fact that it's in mode 1. That's fair enough. The screen is a bit small. It's about, it's probably only using about 2/3 of the actual screen display, maybe a bit less. But that's fine if it keeps the speed up of the game. You can always play these games on a massive 28-inch CRT. So. Macintosh Man! Never really got into that movie. Rich crackers are being consumed. This is very energetic pastime playing football. Oh man. So, the auto selection of the players is actually pretty good. Which means it's as good as international soccer pretty much. Yeah, look how long it takes for the players to turn around. It's even worse than on the C64. And I hate that on the C64. That's why I won't play this on the C64. Why isn't the goalie doing anything? I don't think there was a loading screen or anything, but I couldn't tell you because I was feeding the cats while it loaded. But yeah, it's a weird thing, everything loads except Ikari Warriors, and that is the only tape image on CPC Power, and I don't know any other website that actually has like tape images. So there we go. We've got to get one bloody goal in it. That's it. He's right next to the ball and it does select him, so that's not bad actually. So my only problem is the same problem really with a C64 version, which is a stupid delay as the players turn around. Look, you know, this is a computer game. Yeah, it's like Automat, where his card makes 90-degree turns instantly. That's how it is, mate. Just deal with it. Leave the fucking realism outside, mate. Outside in the cold where people go to actually watch real football. That's their business. I couldn't give a shit about real football, so I think the referee swallowed his whistle there. But yeah, anyway, so that was half a match of Emlyn Hughes, and surprisingly, is not that far off the C64 version. The reason I don't like it is the same reason I don't like the C64 version. It's idiotic menus where everything is selected as a computer instantly and you have to go and edit the name, otherwise it will be a computer versus computer game. This is not Football Manager. And the turning around animation business, which it affects the gameplay. Other than that, it's pretty much the same thing. Oh yeah, you should definitely check out Emlyn Hughes on the Atari ST. That's another one that's got surprisingly good horizontal scroll. Let's see, make sure that's kind of lined up, I guess. Right. Kung Fu Mastermind. Now my opinions of Kung Fu Master are both well known on the C64, which I can and well founded, mate. Technically, it is a horrible game. There is nothing nice about the graphics on that game. They are really shit. Backgrounds, the sprites are blocky as fuck. Nothing special going on. No sprite multiplexing of any kind. Graphics look like something I drew in fucking BASIC when I was 12 years old on the C60. You know what I mean? But anyway. And obviously, with all the sprites and the hardware scrolling, I would expect it to run at 50 frames per second. That's not, you know what I mean? You don't get bonus points just for fucking, you know, what is expected. All more diseased people walking around. Lovely. Actually, there is one girl, woman, whatever, who does look to be either late 20s, something like that. Mid 20s, late 20s, early 30s. Hard to tell. People don't smoke anymore, so they don't age as much. Well, that's going well. Oh, it's even got a nice loading screen by the looks of it. Who does always have a face mask on, even whilst walking up and down the road. So I still couldn't go out with her though. Not because there's anything wrong with the way she looks. She looks fine. From what I can make out. It's just, you know. Anyway, maybe after 9 months of not smoking, although I might have to temporarily go back to smoking for a bit because I don't really have the energy to finish off the kitchen. And ooh, that is nice. That is a nice loading screen, madam. Now, famously, I said I would possibly make a new channel for the Amstrad games, but the channel is so dead I probably didn't bother. And new channels really struggle. And if you don't know anyone really that much, and you're not on Facebook, Twitter, and people don't really like give a shit what you're doing on YouTube, it's no point. But I was going to call it Madame. Mad Commodore's Amstrad reviews. Madame. And I was going to put a clip from a Carry On movie where it goes, but Madame. So there you go. Just so you know. Just tidying up my room a bit while the tapes load, which I'm sure is something I did as a teenager. Make your bed! Tidy up them cassettes! Yeah, my mum didn't actually talk like that, but I've been influenced by, you know, George Costanza's mum after years of watching Seinfeld, so you'll have to go with that. Right, that's that done. Okie dokie. Now the cats have been banned from this room temporarily. So, very grey overcast day. Today is actually a C64 kind of day for me. Don't know if that holds true for my mate who had the Amstrad. Like I said, I ain't spoken to him for yonks. When was the last time I spoke to him actually? I honestly can't remember. I think it was when I changed the SIM card so it would work on my new modern phone, because my old phone went a bit. Could do with a bit of a hoovering here. Can we get a quick bit of hoovering going on? Well, actually, I don't know which plug I can remove. I think, yeah, one of them is going to be for the Amiga. We can unplug that. So it's actually a bit iffy trying to play these games because, oh, that's fast. J for Joyce, you reckon? Oh, there's no music. Alright. That scroll's pretty good. This is much better than the C64 version. Okay, maybe the collision detection is a bit iffy because they're using the hardware collision detection on the C64 sprites to do that version. So you just have to kick a bit earlier. Cheesy feet to the face. Asians seem to like that with all the. Ah, come on, man! Oh no, you get put all the way back. I seem to remember something about an Atari 7800 port, like homebrew of this. So it's definitely fast enough. You just need one of those joysticks you put on the tabletop kind of thing. Ah, come on, man. The fire button's fine. Ah, no! Where did he come from, the little bastard? It's much better than the C64 version. The lack of music, yeah, I suppose could knock a point off there, but really, and it's not even the best Amstrad Mode 0 pixel art I've ever seen. But it doesn't look like something I fucking done in Basic, Commodore Basic. Got to get the timing just right on this shit. And I'm not getting the timing quite right. Oh man, I didn't even hit him once. I don't know if I should have another go or a Ritz biscuit. Actually, I'm supposed to ring my parents in a bit. Let's have one more go, can't we? Okay, so you can just press fire and hopefully it will, yeah, right, okay, that works. Ah man, I don't like the collision detection for the cheesy feet to the face. I don't like that. Ah! See, if I had the rapid fire switch working on this, I might have to go and get another zip stick to play this game. Because by the time I turn round and hammer the fire button, that's the problem. And I'm sitting on the floor, so obviously I can't use a joystick on the tabletop. Knob off, mate. Oh, hang on, where's the stairs? Ooh, we get a lift in this version. It's an upgrade, sir. You don't get no cheap stairs. Oh shit. I think you have to go like that. Ooh. Ooh. Suit you, madam. Ah, it's John Golap. Little bastard. Ah, no, how can a little bastard like that? He's the size of a small dog on my fucking ankles. Bollocks. So I got to level 2, don't mind, you've got to see 2 levels of the game. It's the first time I've ever played this. My mate had this on the C64, I believe. Hey, what? Why can't I go any further? What's going on? So even though the screen, like the status screen is massive, it doesn't detract from the gameplay because it's still the full width of the game. Pretty much. Ah, come on. Ah, I really like that. That's great, that is. Right. Suddenly duties are required. So just to prove it's me, as if no, you've got to use a joystick. Huh? Yeah, you know what? You know it's me. Who else talks like this? Yeah, I'll just leave the Amstrad computer on and just turn it on and off by the monitor switch. It's a bit like the old PCs actually, where you could wire it up. So the some PCs would power the monitor. There would be like an output port. What's going on with it? Wireless network connection now connected. Well, it's connected before your piece of shit. So. Ah, it's time for highway encounter, methinks. There we go. Good old highway encounter on the Amstrad and the C64. That's one instance where I wish they just did a Spectrum Amstrad port job with the graphics. I don't like the multicolour sprites on here, they look shit. And the backgrounds are identical anyway. So yeah, I can't find a different tape image of Ikari Warriors. It's a bit of a problem. So yeah, I used to play Highway Encounter on my mate's Amstrad CPC after school at the weekends. It's not a bad game actually. I do remember it was like one afternoon where we played it for hours trying to get really far into it. You know, alternating one life and then you pass the joystick over, that kind of thing. And he really liked it and I thought it was actually okay. It's quite an interesting game, interesting idea. I'm not very good at Highway Encounter, so I think there was a sequel to it as well. Can't remember what that's called, but yeah. So there are quite a few games where it's like, yeah, I'm not really interested in the C64 version. Golden Axe, that's a classic example. Golden Axe is one of those games I'd load up to hear the music and that's about it. And you know, that's a lot of £10 is a lot of money just for like a couple of seat tunes. Yeah, they may be better than the arcade tunes on Golden Axe or the Mega Drive, but you know. Oh, I noticed John Gage played F1 on the Atari ST, obviously. I wasn't actually asking him to review it. I was just like, have you checked it out, kind of thing. But yeah, it's nice of him to check that out. Like I said on that game, I found it very interesting that it didn't have the standard, crap sound of the ST. They are doing software sample playback and 2 channels, and it still seems to run the same sort of speed as the Amiga version. The Mega Drive version is faster than both of those versions anyway, but the Mega Drive version has rubbish sound. The Mega Drive sound chip is not great. It's a good copy of the kind of sounds you used to get on those cheaper arcade machines. Like the 16-bit super sprite scaling games that CD used to do. It's not that different. But I don't like that kind of FM sound. I've got no nostalgia for it at all. It's very similar to the PC ad-lib sound card, which is shit. But there are a few games on the Mega Drive that have quite nice sound. Well, music specifically. Gauntlet 4 is one. There's some incredible tunes on that. Thunder Force 3, I like the music on that. Never had Thunder Force 4, so there are a few others, but most of the music on the Mega Drive is shit. You don't want to be hearing the music from Global Gladiators on the Mega Drive version. Yes, it's loaded. Right, I probably should have bought my CRT glasses. 2 joystick. There we go. 5 to start off. That lined up. Probably zoom it up a bit actually, but I've got to remember to zoom it back out. That's the thing when you're recording Amstrad games on real hardware. Trying to keep that enemy at bay. Because obviously I don't want him attacking there we go. So you can go ahead and see what's going on up there. Ooh, one's just gone over there, so I don't know if he's safe yet. Ooh, there we go. I don't know if they respawn actually. Right, okay, nothing else seems to be coming. So it's a real sort of like thinking man's arcade game, I guess. Okay. How the things gonna okay, I don't know what's gonna happen here. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Where am I now? Oh, I'm right. Okay. Oh, quick, gotta catch up to, you gotta like, right, there we go, so it should go through there. don't think you can actually destroy these things. So, ooh. Oh no! It's actually a really good game. Like I said, I'm not very good at this. Operation Human Shield, sir. What happened here? So yeah, I mean, there's no point me showing you any more of this game because I'm not really that good at it. But I do remember we did play this game for like quite a while, and it was sort of like autumn time. Because by the time we got bored playing it, like 3 hours later, it had gone like a bit dark, and I was a bit late. I was supposed to go home a bit earlier than I did, so we must have really liked it. So yeah. So it should be Hunchback if it loads successfully. Hunchback was one of the earliest games I had on the C64. I think it came out around the time I got a C64. I can't remember when Hunchback actually came out. Manic Miner was the other one. Manic Miner came out around March 1984, which is when I got a C64. So, it'll be interesting to see what this plays like. So I used to play Hunchback, a bootleg illegal copy of Hunchback, which I believe was running on the Donkey Kong or the Scramble hardware. I can't remember because it had big booming crash sounds on the rope level, which the official version doesn't have. Because I always wondered, why doesn't the C64 have that? Because it was a conversion of the official game, not the bootleg knockoff, running on different hardware. But anyway, I did like Hunchback on the C64 a lot. The jump controls are really good. They're better than most platform games from the mid to late 80s, so it's a bit of a miracle. But anyway, I don't think my friend had this on his Amstrad. Like I say, I can't really remember all the games he has. I've got enough problems trying to remember what ST games I bought and Amiga games, never mind all the crack games I used to play. But my mate got loads of crack games for the ST, and I got loads for the Amiga. And when I had the Amiga 1200, my other mate was getting loads of games for the PC. I had Gauntlet 1 and 2 for PC DOS, Lemmings for the PC, all the kind of games you'd expect to play on the Amiga. I didn't have a sound card at the time, although later on I did get a Gravis Ultrasound, but I bought a CD-ROM drive and an interface card before I bought a sound card. Wasn't really interested in playing games on the PC. That was just so I could use CD-ROMs. So I had a CD-ROM, like an official product, not like someone's homebrew CDR, with loads of Boris Vallejo fantasy art, loads of it, relatively high resolution for the time. I don't know if I still got that actually. Obviously now you just go on Google image search and you find them like that. Oh bloody hell, we definitely need to hoover in here. This carpet is a magnet, my cafes, a magnet, sir. Yeah, so I finished watching Fringe and I didn't like the finale. I'm not sure what happened to Walter Bishop, why he doesn't exist in the reset timeline, but I'm sure he's not dead because he took the little observer kit with him. And if you think that's a spoiler, mate, well, don't wait 10 years to watch something as good as Fringe. This is not good. It's not good at all, mate. So we won't be playing Hunchback then. Okay, let's try Hunchback 2 once I've finished getting the cat hairs off this bit of the carpet. I'll do a hoover a bit later. Fuck me, there's a lot just in this 3-foot square section. Nice carpet, but not nice for all the hoovering I have to do on it mainly. Bloody hell, this bit's even worse. Why didn't that work? Anyway. Okay, right, because I've reset the bloody PC, because the cats keep sitting on the fucking keyboard. Well, not just sitting on it, they fucking sleep on it. They ask me why, maybe it's warm and they like it. My cat used to sit on the bonnet of my car after I came home from work after a 52-mile drive home. Right, where's okay, we're gonna have to refresh. Which back? There we go, right, okay. Let's try this on here. Let's make sure we set all the settings. Now there are utilities like tap clean and all that. Okay, right, okay, let's stop that. How long is this thing? Yeah, we'll see. No, that's no good. Let's try that again. The volume is at max on the laptop, so we could have our second tape image that's a bit iffy to load. Okay, hang on a minute. That. So yeah, so I'm trying to set up this laptop for things like you know, loading tape images on real hardware. I can't be wasting loads of time on it. It says please wait. Right, see, I wasn't paying attention, right. That's why it didn't work. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Right, what I need to do is some of the files, I need to chop them up a bit and put in extra delays for things like that happen, or just separate them out into separate files. So you know, you load part 1, so when you press play, let's go back a bit there. So we're at 26. So it should work now. So it's not really an automated process. What the hell was that? Was that meant to do that? See, I didn't test this, because when I downloaded it, I accidentally downloaded the disc version. It's a real pain in the arse downloading, you know, 100 tape images one by one from CPC Power. It's not the best way. So it looks like Well, the cassette motor's still going, so that's fine. It doesn't matter if I hear a clicking noise. When you hear the cassette motor turn off, you have to pause this thing. So, luckily VLC is just a space bar away, so there should be a bigger pause, really. So you could insert a much longer pause when it turns off the cassette motor, which I'm going to have to do for Ikari Warriors, because that takes 12 minutes to load, and you really don't want to have to try that like 4 or 5 times before you get to play a game of Ikari Warriors, because I do like playing that. That's the thing. Maybe I'm not going to like Hunchback, that's a bit different. Can't really say, but doing the old real hardware thing, you know, that's always a bit tricky. So, like a millennial, I'll get my prize first, just in case my efforts are a failure, so let's have a Ritz cracker to enjoy. Now, to his credit, Alan Sugar did go out of his way to make sure things like Hunchback did come out on the Amstrad. So someone somewhere is paying someone to make these games for the CPC, even though Ocean probably would have thought it's not commercially viable at the start of like 1984 when the other versions of Hunchback come out. Which they made a big thing about because it's the first licensed arcade conversion for home computers, they said. And yet a few months earlier they released Kong, which was an absolutely not official conversion. But later on they did do the official conversion for Amstrad, Commodore and Spectrum of Donkey Kong, and MSX I believe as well. Ocean had something to do with. But the MSX version is nothing like the Coleco version, which it should be. It's another Spectrum pork job. Ooh. Hey! I need my CRT glasses, sir. Crap, alright, you can't go right to the edge. Ooh. That was good. Why has he suddenly gone twice as fast? That put me right off, that did. Oh, you can control yourself in the air like that. Hey! Okay, it looks different to the C64 version, but it looks alright. So I think we're going to have to do the old sitting on the floor playing it. My mate used to sit on the floor playing his Amstrad CPC actually, so I guess that's correct. Magic. Ooh. I think it's the rope that's causing the slowdown actually, so although that is really fast actually. That's a bit iffy, that was. Hey! Wow, what bastard. Has to be really careful this time. Here it is. Ah, no! You have to know exactly where you have to stand, sort of thing. Where'd you stand on Hunchback for the Amstrad CPC, Mad Commodore? Well, it's not bad actually. I'm still playing it, aren't I? Oh no! It moves too slow. Ooh. Ooh. God damn it. Oh, I'm surprised I made that one. Come on, mate. I'm doing quite... Oh, hey, what happened there? Oh no, that was my last live. I wanted to ring the bells. Input your initials. They're not my real initials, obviously. My real name is Osiris, quotes, Freebird, quotes, Mad Commodore. Just so you know. Yeah, obviously that isn't my real name, but none of your business. So now it's the turn of Hunchback 2, which is another game I had on the C64, and I don't know if my friend had on the Amstrad. See, that's the thing, he might have thought, yeah, it's alright game, it's only 5 levels. Well, the pause business is quite high in there. Yeah, there we go. Right. So I just had a bit of an iffy loading situation with Hunchback. You have to wait for the tape motor to come back on, so you have to be ready with the spacebar, I guess, on VLC. So it might still load with CDT to WAV. It's not really live tape testing. It's live virtual tape testing. I suppose we're testing the, you know, the tape images. We're testing the cassette adapter. We're testing the reliability of the laptop, not to, you know, spaz out at any moment, which Windows does do sometimes. Now I suppose we're testing the tape heads on the Amstrad, but see, look how fast this loading screen is loading compared to Ikari Warriors. That's a really slow loader. So I think the issue with that one is there is a slight pause when it's doing that reset about 4.5 minutes in. How long has this got to load? We might just squeeze in a small wee wee. A small wee wee. Alright, buddy. So we've got 2 Amigas in the room, but only one of them is alive. The other one's turned off at the plug. Yeah, actually I probably shouldn't have gone for a small wee wee, because I don't know if it does the same thing where it like stops and stops the tape. But obviously the you know, the laptop's going to keep playing the file, so yeah, I don't know what would happen if I convert them to you know, 320 kilobyte MP3s. I can't save out things as WAVs. But what I would do is just splice in a longer pause, so then I can have unattended automatic loading. The same sort of tune, played on a rubbish filtering speaker. bloody hell. Ah! Just getting used to the jumps there, thank you. So the collision detection is actually quite generous for the old ding dongs actually. Ooh, that's a bit. No, we're not going to make that one. Ah, no! Damn it. They take a bit of time, so. Nah. It's alright, we'll do it this way. I ain't played this on the C64 for yonks, so forgiveness, please. Hey, what's going on there then? Ah, no! God damn it. Rub-a-dub-dub. I don't think it is a Mode 1 game, so I don't know why the colours are different. Oh no! Will we make this one? No, it's all just about in it. Hey, what happened there then? Goddamn motherfucker. Oh, what? That's the only time I've actually been taken out by the arrow. Ooh. I don't know if this is going to line up now, so get out the way, little bastard. Right, okay. Can't I drop onto it then? What a bastard. Okay. Just wait there. And, right, okay, so it's just a bit iffy. Oh, that's just lucky, that is. How am I supposed to get onto the next bit then? How'd you get to the... Oh, do you have to go... No. How'd you get on the ropes there then? Ah, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Do you have... Ah, you won't make that jump from there. No way, mate. Oh, you would. Oh, right. I'm sure. Is that the same as the C64 version? That's not bad, actually. If you like the game, you certainly wouldn't be unhappy that you bought a CPC. Oh, wow, the video quality is really crap today. Let's try closing a bit of the curtains. Maybe that'll help the video quality a bit. Alright, let's try closing all the curtains. I can't remember what I was loading. There's something CDT to WAV doesn't actually tell you. It doesn't tell you what you've just selected. Perhaps they'll, mind you, this is an older version because I have to use an older version for the Java business, because the latest version of Java runtime environment doesn't exist for XP. Like most things. Oh, damn breakthrough. I'm really hungry. You hungry, Amy? Let's check your stitches, buddy. There's a little bit going on there. The rest of them seem okay. Yeah, well. Yeah, I had Breakthrough as a copy, which we copied with one of those tape deck doubling things for the C64, because I took in my C64 not on the last day of school, but it was like the last day of the term, just before the summer holidays, and we set it up on the tables in the computer science lab. So my C64 that I had went head to head with 20 BBC Micros, might have been 15, in that classroom, and it won, because the C64 is better than the BBC Micro. I don't care what you say. Just because there's like 2 or 3 games that the C64 could never do as good as the BBC Micro. What about the other 100 games? There you go, mate. I don't care about word processing. What a fucking shit loading screen, not very good. So yeah, so other people brought in games, and there was a bit of copying going on. My Chinese friend, whose name I can't remember, may have been Sun, I'm not sure. He brought in another tape deck and some games, and another friend, he brought in some more games. So we were playing C64 games. There was no lessons going on, but we had to have the sound off whilst other people were doing their like computer science things. But we spent the whole day in there, apart from maybe 1 or 2 hours where we had like specific lessons, but we didn't have lessons all day. That was a great day. Shame I don't remember that much about it, but it was a great day. We had like 20-inch CRT TV from the physics lab on one of the tables, which one of the lab assistants put in there for us. There's a lot of snootiness going on by the teachers about the, you know, the C64 being like a toy, but yeah, anyway. So that's how I got Breakthrough. Never played it on the Amstrad. I'm not a big fan of Breakthrough on the C64. It looks like the usual 4-colour rubbish. You know, it actually uses a BBC Micro screen mode, as I like to call it. And that's if you use colour RAM. If you don't use colour RAM, it's horrendous. You get 2 BBC Micro colours. Yeah, that's right. 1 background, 1 foreground, and the other 2 colours can be any of the 16 colours. Obviously the Amstrad doesn't have that sort of problem. But then the Amstrad has a humongous 16 kilobyte screen. Hey, what? Okay, so it hasn't got the awesome music of Breakthrough on the C64. But the scrolling's not bad. The screen's a bit small. I don't remember soldiers being on the floor. C64 version. The car, why didn't they copy the graphics of the car on the C64? How'd you jump there? You're supposed to be able to jump. Okay, is it a completely different game? There's no jumps at all? Yeah, there is jumps. So how do I jump? It's going to be a real short trip. Okay, hit it. Yeah. Where's the key to jump there? Oh, fuck it, how am I going to reach that? What key was it? Ah, bollocks. Jesus, but why didn't they make it the space fucking button? What happened there then? One of these keys is jump. Was it J for jump? It's too obvious. There's a round key somewhere. Ah, fucking hell. Quick, there's a fucking... I was nowhere near the right. I can't really play this game until I find the jump key, so... Maybe I have to hold the key down a bit longer. I need to find the bloody jump key. Definitely one of these keys around here. It's around this general area. It's not space, it's not shift, it's not that. I pressed all these fucking keys. Alright, there is a delay. Just for that, I'm not telling you which bloody key it is. I can't fucking play this game like that. Right, okay, well, you've seen enough because I can't really play this game like that. Oh, and you almost got all the screen in there. So I'm going to be playing Super Ski, which is a 3D skiing game. And we did play one of those on the C64. It was by Tronics. Is that good or bad? Didn't even see it say loaded yet. That's a shit loader, isn't it? Yeah, well. I don't know what that clicking noise is that it makes. It's doing something. It's doing some sort of relay. But as long as you hear the tape motor going, it's fine. Shouldn't affect the loading. Now all these tape images are untested, so I suppose it is live tape image testing. I cannot be bothered to go out to the car to get some of my crisps. I've eaten quite a lot of crisps this week, so might have to go to the food warehouse again. No membership required. Now that no membership required business only appeared in the windows after about 3-4 months when it was empty. Maybe they thought people in my area are so dumb. Remember, I moved up here. This is not where I lived, like for 99% of my life or whatever. And yeah, they probably put that up there just in case people thought, oh, you know, it's a warehouse, we can't go in there. They might have thought it was something like macros or a cash and carry, but it's not. Not even remotely as cheap as a cash and carry. But anyway, it's working, and it's not Eddie Edwards, so it's not a bad loading screen actually. So what's going on here then? Right. See, I can't see the laptop screen because it's a bit of a funny angle. So I don't know if I could get this sort of business to work with, you know, C64 data set. There's a lot of pauses going on. See, yeah, we need to put in some pauses into Hunchback 1, as I'm going to call it, and Ikari Warriors, the only tape images of those two, because you cannot leave them unattended. So I'll have to do a bit more testing, work out exactly where, you know, what minutes and seconds I need to split, and add, like, you know, 10 seconds of silence there, or 5 seconds should be enough. Possibly 10 for Hunchback, just to be on the safe side. That is quite a delay. And again, maybe I won't have crisps, I'll have more rich crackers. Who knows, mate? So yeah, I might have to have a few smokes for, well, it's not going to be a week. It's going to be on the days before and during, when I'm doing all the horrible grunt work left to do in the kitchen, because I need the kitchen finished now. And obviously, things like tiling and putting lino on the floor, all that kind of stuff, that's the thing. But when you're like removing stuff like the cooker and installing new cabinets, they have to be done, because there's a dirty great hole where the electric wires come in, and the cats would go down there and end up under the floorboards in the second living room, which is where all my stuff is actually. So yeah, anyway, that's the only thing about smoking, the lack of energy actually is a real problem. But the kitchen, yeah, the kitchen is the last room that needs that sort of, it has to be done in one day. There are stages that need to be done in one day. And seeing as it's just me doing it, well, you know, I've tried having, like, you know, 10 mugs of Arabic coffee, which is basically espresso. I don't do shit. I don't know what's going on. Your brain just doesn't want to accept the lack of nicotine, which is fine if you're just vegging out and watching Fringe or something. But is it finished? No, it's still got stuff to load. Because wow, this is a really long tape to load. We're only a third of the way in. How the hell am I going to fill this up? Well, battery warning is flashing on the camera, so we'll put this back on when it runs. Okay, well, I don't speak of the French, so this could be a bit interesting. Oh no! This is what happens now. I have to be sitting here. I didn't know it was a multi-load. Ah well, another time, mate. So, found some homebrew games now, and the first one we're going to be trying, and possibly the only one, is Space Panic. Now I played the conversion from the ColecoVision, but first game I ever played on my VIC-20, and therefore the first home computer I owned, was actually Vic Panic with a Point Master joystick, which is somewhere in the house. And the Point Master joystick is actually in really good condition, but anyway. So I thought it'd be nice to go back to my roots in it. Well, in principle this was a good idea. A buttered roll with raisins, microwave, but the reality falls far short. Is it supposed to look like this? Quite a lot left to load, so why aren't the stripy lines happening anymore? Nah, this isn't good. Nah, that's not going to work. Oh, crap. Shit sandwich, shit sandwich. Let's try this again. So, if you want a completely automated way of doing this stuff, you're going to have to put your own pauses in there, I think, for when the machine resets. It's the same thing as you'd have to do for, you know, if you're going to load C64 games like this. Well, hang on a minute. Did I not press? No, I did press play. Why ain't this working? Ah, piss off, mate. We'll get there in the end, mate. There you go. Alright, buddy. I don't think you're going to like brown rolls and raisins. What's the matter with you, man? He's in a bit of a funny mood at the moment. Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah, that is definitely what's going on. The pauses are not long enough. So if you really like a game and it does this business where it stops the tape motor, you're going to have to create your own WAV files and just play them through VLC or something. No, I don't think you want brown bread, mate. Or hot coffee. Excuse me, Coco. Well, I was going through my stuff today and I found something that's possibly very expensive. It's original Commodore PC keyboard, you know, from the 8086 days, and it's actually a Commodore one. Although I don't think it's from the PC one, that's the one that looks like Commodore 128D, which looks a bit like the Amiga 1000, obviously without a 3.5 inch disk drive. Yeah, I was right about the flashing line. So we're going to have to create like a 10 to 15 second blank sound file, which is quite easy for me to make. And you know, chop up the actual WAV files from the CDTs and splice them in. Bit of a pain in the arse, but there's only a few games that need it so far. This, Ikari Warriors and Hunchback. They need that. So that's not bad. No, that doesn't look better at all. What if I have none of them on? Oh, one play game, okay. Hey! Okay, I guess I'll get to finish the rest of my roll. Unless escape key works, which it doesn't queue. There's no equivalent. Right. Okay, this is no good. Is the oxygen going down? It is going down. Yeah, I saw a video of this and point is, it's not about the graphics on games that are this old, the arcade games that are this old, it's about how they play, so God, it's going to take ages. I feel like Chris Morris in the IT crowd eating an apple while you're waiting. Well, it's a waste of battery time. Oh well. Come on, little strawberries. This is probably a rare instance where mode 1 would have been a better idea, I think. Oh, bloody hell, don't tell me. Oh, at least I can lose a lives. Why can't I just use a joystick? I'm getting pissed off with this with Amstrad games. It's not a Spectrum, mate. There is a fucking joystick port on it. Use a fucking joystick. Especially on homebrew games. What are they thinking? Are they thinking I'm playing it on an emulator on a shitty Windows computer? 2. Okay, press key for up. Oh no! I didn't want to do that. But we can redefine the keys. Okay, this is a shit version because you need 2 fire buttons to actually play the game. Okay. Yeah, they really need to think this bit better. So. Okay, this is no good. It's a shit game. Because you need a 2 button joystick, which doesn't exist for the Amstrad. Next! Yeah, that picture is a picture of a porno actress, which is in the arcade game. I was going to do a video about that, but who cares, mate? Yes. You have to press one. Okay. Okay, real good. Okay, so this is a game you're going to have to split into multiple files. Usually, a game that's multi-load will be recorded as two tape images, but this hasn't been. They're probably because the original tape has all the multi-load stuff on the same side. So, anyway, you'll notice that that is the border. So the Amstrad CPC is exactly like the VIC-20 with 50% more colour palette because you can redefine the border. Don't get upset, you chicken box prick. That's from the last episode of Phone Shop, last ever episode of Phone Shop actually. It's actually quite funny, you should check that out. But maybe not. Some people are delicate, mate. They don't like you using the word cunt. Can we have less of the C word, please? I get enough of that at work. I feel sorry for you, mate. If you get offended by someone who says the word cunt and you're a fucking adult, well then, you're fucking, I feel sorry for you, mate. I really do. I don't know what kind of sheltered upbringing you had. Probably still a virgin. But anyway, that's why I don't go on forums anymore. Loads of losers on there. They're not like me. They're not real fucking adults. They're childish in both possible ways. But anyway, so what is actually happening is somehow you can actually redefine the shape of the border because the rasters are too even. You won't be able to do that with a CPU. Certainly not a Z80. And not with 16 kilobytes of screen memory. Now I've got no idea if it's going to load now. Well, it's still loading stuff, so I don't know if it's actually failed to load anything now. But we did just about catch it when it was loading, so it should be okay, but you never know. I would like to know if a game is multi-load because I probably won't bother. Oh, I found a huge archive of Amstrad tape images, and there was actually a second Ikari Warriors tape image, but sadly it's exactly the same as the first one. It's the same size and the same length. Do you have to press fire now? It's very sluggish. Apparently I'm going 250 kilometers an hour, 300 now. I don't really care if the screen is small, but I would like more than 1 frame per second. Please! Luckily we've got Lotus 2 sort of bounce off the roadside objects. With this sort of frame rate it's hard to tell how fast you're actually going, so it's not very playable. But to be honest, if you expected Super Monaco to be brilliant on an 8-bit computer, well, yeah, good luck to you, mate. Graphics are nice, but they're just too slow. In think we're going to have to play Super Cycle or something like that. Wet Le Mans is faster than Chase HQ on the Amstrad, however it is in mode 1. I don't agree with that. Mode 1 should be reserved for games like Star Glider and Star Wars, and oddly 3D Star Strike is done in mode 0. Okay, fatal crash. Game over. Don't I get to fucking race? Right. Don't tell me we have to do 3 laps of qualifying. That's bullshit. I already don't like this game. It's too slow. I should have called it Formula fucking Treacle, not Formula 1 game. Way too slow to be playable. It looks better than the C64 version. They've been more ambitious with the old graphics, but what's the point if you haven't got the coding cock, as I like to call it? If you just haven't got the coding talent to pull off these graphics, then why are you doing these graphics? The most important thing in a racing game is response to joystick and screen update. Those are the 2 most important things. There's no map on the screen to tell like where I'm on the track or anything, or how long I've got to go or anything like that. It's a terrible game. It's rubbish. If I wanted this sort of frame rate, I'd play Carlos Sainz Rally, which is a brilliant game actually, but it's just a bit too slow. The Spectrum version is faster, but obviously it has Spectrum graphics, so I don't want to do more than 1 lap though. Come on. I'm just going to have to go this slow now. And why can't I choose not to qualify and just play the racing game? At least then I get, oh mind you, you crash out on that as well. What have the cat's been doing to the screen on this thing? It looks like there's a scratch on the CRT at the moment. Man. So it's kind of got auto braking. If you stop accelerating, then you know what, I'd rather play Turbo in the ColecoVision with the horrendous Coleco joypads, never mind the steering wheel. Oh, I found the steering wheel controller for my I think it's PS2, GameCube and Xbox, I think. Not sure actually, I think that's right. So I have to drive like a fucking pensioner just so we can get to play the game. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, mate. So the graphics are nice, but like I said, they ain't got the coding cock to back it up. Yeah, I don't care if I'm fucking 16th position. As long as we get to fucking race now. That's fucking annoying, you know. That's better. Not that it's going to improve my chances on this game. Horrendous game. If I want this sort of frame rate, I'll play Grand Prix Circuits by Accolade, which I do have actually. How are they actually taking the corners of that? What the hell's going on over there? Oh, bloody hell. I've got enough problems without the cats having little play fights. there's a Formula 1 car in the air and it's not a crash. Yeah, it's a horrible game. I've actually got past someone, it's a fucking miracle. Yeah, I love racing games, but I don't like this game. You can call me many things, but an expert on racing games should be one of them. Ooh. No, that noise is annoying, very annoying actually. For all I know, the camera's not even pointed at the bloody screen properly. And we're being overtaken now. It's even worse. Fatal crash, I didn't even touch anything. Right, that's the end of that review, mate. Enough. Right, I don't know if that's lined up now. Oh, bollocks. So I'm going to be checking out Annie Rogg's, I don't want auto pause obviously then. I'm going to be checking out Annie Rogg's moon buggy. It's a rubbish loading screen, but anyway. I don't really care about the loading screen, only the game. Yeah, ideally you want an Amstrad connected to a Gotek USB floppy drive. Do it that way. But surprisingly, this cassette adapter connected to some sort of audio device playing WAV files. It's not as bad as I thought it'd be. I'm surprised that this actually came out. What are you doing, buddy? What do you want? Hey, you had your third dinner of the day. What do you want, huh? Eh? You chicken box prick. Yeah, that's my new saying now, isn't it? You'll have to watch that episode of Phone Short. It doesn't really make any sense if I try and explain it. It's a very short program. We're on the last block now. Yeah, that Space Panic was a bit of a fuck up. Nobody does that sort of game with 2 fire buttons. Even in the arcade, it didn't need 2 fire buttons. What is that noise going on outside? Sounds like Niagara Falls have just been teleported right here. Olivia Dunham, what are you doing, mate? Yeah, I've run out of shit to watch. I'm into the first 15 minutes of episode 1 of season 1 of Game of Thrones. I'm not sure. Doesn't feel as expensive as I thought it would. Press fire to stop, that's what we like to see. There we go. That lined up now. That looks terrible for you. Okay, I'm pressing fire and nothing's happening there. So that's not good. Maybe you can't fire while you're jumping. Very slow, but they've been quite ambitious with the old parallax scrolling going on there. Oh, that was a close one, that one. I did jump. Hey! God damn it. It's not a very good game. However, it's not as bad as I thought it'd be. The problem is that sometimes you get slowed down and sometimes you don't. So that's very difficult to handle. I can't handle it, innit? Ooh, stop it with you, bastard. Okay, so I managed to get through. So it's fine until you get a few enemies on screen. So they're not actually UFOs, they are actually rockets. A shoot down flash Gordon, is that like something I have to jump over? Wow, look at that slowdown, man. That's proper bullet time, that is. Ooh. Ooh, that was a bit of a risk. Yeah, you can't fire while you're in the air, that's a bit weird. But on the C64 version, you don't actually move forwards and backwards. I think that was the problem with it. It looked nice, it scrolled nicely, obviously, with the hardware pixel offset register. C64 does not have hardware scrolling, not in the true sense of the word. Aye! Word. We're still on zone 1. Yeah, the slowdown is a bit of a killer because it affects the gameplay a bit. It's mildly playable. It's not as bad as I thought it'd be actually. Oh, come on. Oh, that was Moon Buggy by Annie-Rog. So I'm going to be checking out the original Nigel Mansell Grand Prix game, not the World Championship one. I don't know if they're both by Gremlin, they may be, but this is the first one. This is the one that uses Mode 0, not the later one, which is a conversion of the Amiga ST game. My cats are fascinated with the Amstrad. They're all milling around at the moment. Don't know why. They got water, they got biscuits, they had their third dinner of the day, there's still some food in the bowls. So I don't really know what's going on with that actually. What is it you want to do over there? Okay, well. Yeah, so that's definitely an undocumented feature. The fact that you can change the size of the screen on the Amstrad. You can actually change the size of the borders, I should say. Well, this is like Mattel Aquarius quality loading screen. It's taking forever to load it in. It's terrible. Terrible. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, no. No. Those graphics are so horrible, I couldn't even tell if it's A, finished loading, and B, if it's mode 1 or mode 2. Oof. I guess there weren't enough talented artists to go around, so yeah, there is quite a lot of problems with like the Amstrad software library, just like there is with the C64. It's not like Amstrad created this excellent 16 colour screen mode with no genius way to speed it up. It is literally, well, here's your 16 colour screen mode, mate. You deal with trying to push around 16 kilobytes of graphics every 50th of a second with a 4 megahertz Z80. There's no character based mode as well to back that up. So, but yeah, between the rubbish coding, the Mode 1 Spectrum port jobs, you know, there's a lot of things wrong. So it's not really any better than the C64. It's not any worse, I don't think. That really comes down to what kind of games you want to play. And we've discussed that on the other 2-hour something video. So this is another one of those videos. But yeah, like I said, I found a huge archive that I can download in one go of all the Amstrad tapes. And it was only like, well, it was all zipped up into one file. But anyway, when it's all extracted, it's still only like 230 odd meg. And a lot of the homebrew stuff, they don't offer you a tape image to go with it, so you know, it don't really matter. I haven't played Roland on the Ropes yet. Oh, I was checking out Toki, but that's a 1 to 8K only game, I believe. You know, the updated version, and there's an update to the update. There's a newer version for this year, which has got even better scrolling now. Looks really nice, but I can't play that. Not only have I not got a 6128, but I haven't got a Gotek floppy drive equipped 6128. So, and you know me, I'm not a fan of the old, you know, playing the glorious 8 and 16-bit superior era of games, era of computers games. On fucking crappy Windows. It's not that long ago that Windows blue screened. Oh, actually. We've paused that there. Okay. Something weird happened there. Fucking hell, I think we'll go with a 5-lap Grand Prix. Into your name, MC. You can just about see that in the dark. I don't know what's going on here because it said pause. I don't think it's going to work now. .057, right, let's try that again. 057. It won't let me, oh, that's a bit annoying. Oh, you arsehole. Why won't it let me do that? Stop the fucking thing, innit? Let's just do that again. Bollocks. Does not let you go down to the... ah, bollocks! I haven't got any auto options or anything set. It's not letting me really shit actually. It's really crap the way this taping. Right, next. Not that fucking good, mate. So this CDT to WAV business is a bit shit actually. You might be better off just using the VLC files and avoiding all the multi-load bullshit. So Paperboy it is then. And then when we can bloody where's Paperboy? I've done it again. I fucking downloaded the wrong file for Paperboy. Never mind, we've got the full archive here, so there we go. There we go. There's actually Paperboy 2 as well for the Amstrad. Hey. Right, it's gone completely silent. Where are all my cats gone? 1, 2, 3. I can see 3 cats there. 1 is in here. 4. Okay then, it's Coco and Aslan. They're obviously decided they're gonna be naughty now. Hopefully not with each other. Ooh, it is quite late actually. See, that's the thing. The volume to hear it loading, you have to have it all the way up to the top. But then if you do that, because Alan Sugar is a wanker in 1984, the internal speaker, which shouldn't even be there, I don't know why they did it that way, is absolutely shit. It's probably no better than the internal speaker inside a fucking Auric 1 or some shit like that. Pathetic idea. It's not that the sound chip is particularly bad. It's not really any worse than well, actually I suppose in order of technical sophistication, you've got the SID at the top, and then you've got the Atari, which has to go above the BBC Micro sound chip, because then, you know, the BBC Micro also has the idiotic idea of having a fucking speaker inside the computer. Obviously they can't fucking work out how to you know, generate composite video and audio out separately with a monitor port and RF output, because you can actually connect up a BBC Micro to a TV. Obviously the modulator doesn't handle any of the sound. And then after that you've got stuff like MSX, ColecoVision, Spectrum 128, Amstrad, Atari ST. I didn't mention the Amiga because technically the Amiga doesn't have a sound chip. It's got 4 digital to analog converters, and that's it really. You set the volume for them, and you set the speed you want the samples to play at, and that's it. There's no funny business going on. You can't shape the sound in any way. You have to do all of that in software. What the hell is all this shit going on there? That looks like fucking Japanese characters. Oh, what the hell? Put it on a fucking pause. This laptop screen could be better. Funny, because I have on all my XP laptops, I have the same background. It's the one with the coffee cups. I think it's called Java.bmp or something. I do actually quite like that. I would put that on the Amiga. Except I don't really have an Amiga that I use in that way. I've got a 2.5 megabyte Amiga 1000 here. And that's quite a lot for an original chipset Amiga. I mean, you can do okay animations. It's not going to be anything mind blowing. You need about 8 megabytes expansion for that sort of business. But you know, I believe the minimum spec for running is it Wordworth 3 SC, I believe it was called. There may have been an equivalent Final Writer 95 SE as well. Was 2, not 3 megabytes, and they did that on purpose so they could get the extra processor speed, because you can't have a 3 megabyte chip RAM on the Amiga 1200 anyway. So it would run that. Actually, you could run Wordworth 3 SE, and you still have 2.25 megabyte after soft booting the Kickstart 3 ROM. So technically it would be more than an Amiga 600 with the 1 megabyte chip RAM expansion shoved in the trapdoor. So yeah, it's perfectly possible to use, like, you know, Office 97 quality word processors on my 1985 Amiga 1000. I bet you feel like a prick now if you had a PC in the 80s. Amiga can't do that sort of. Well, yeah, that's because no one wrote software like that, but doesn't mean the machine is inferior. My Amiga 1000 is more capable than a 386 PC, definitely a 386 SX from the early 90s. Try running, you know, Windows 95 and Office 97 on a 2 megabyte 386 SX16. I dare you, mate, you chicken box prick! Yeah, I guess that is my new saying then. But is this going to load? It's certainly going to be more colourful than the shit conversion on the C64 with that stupid BBC Micro screen mode. Fuck off. But yeah, you know, it's interesting going through all these games. There's just as many situations as like, why did they do it like that with the screen mode? Just as many. The only difference is people got to grips with programming the C64 and pushing it quite hard, a lot quicker than the Amstrad. Although we'll have to see what happens with Metro Cross, because Metro Cross is one of those games which on the ST had surprisingly good horizontal scrolling. I would say Roadrunner as well, because that's another one. But Roadrunner is a multi-load tape game, and you can just tell that's going to be horrendous to play with an MP3 cassette adapter like this. Now obviously if I ever get a fully working hi-fi setup and one of the nice tape decks, the Dolby HX Pro ones I got from the car beat sale, get one of those working in good enough condition to write my own tapes, yeah, that's just great. But I haven't got any brand new condition tape. Right, Coco is definitely decided it's time, it's playtime. Is it playtime, Coco? Coco, right there. This is Penny. Hey, what do you want? Alright, buddy. You feeling frisky? Please no. That's a horrible noise when cats are having sex. Horrible! And anyway, no one should be having sex in this house if I'm not having sex with a woman. End of story, mate. Okay. Is that Amy who's now interested. Curiosity amongst cats is very infectious actually. So Coco's looking around for something to play with. Cool, Elite really don't know how to write turbo loaders, they're atrocious. It's going to be another fucking 12-minute game. Well, the screen's cleared, so there's that. Now I've got another block to load, so there's still loads of data apparently to load in, but I don't think it's a multi-load game. Eesh. So yeah, I would say Amstrad CPC owners have got just enough right to punch Gary Bracey in the face real hard, and also that cunt who started US Gold, that fucking smug prick. I hope he gets COVID and dies, fucking cunt. I can't stand him. He's one of those people where you can say, well, if there was a God, he should have been on fucking unemployment benefit all his life, and then, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, bruv? Cool, it's a long fucking loader, this is. Jesus Christ, they take forever. But luckily it doesn't pause the cassette motor, so we should be okay for a load. That's really the only time at the moment that stuff doesn't load. But we're in the honeymoon period of finding nice games to play. And I guess eventually we'll get to the stage where I am with the C64. It's like, well, there's only so many games I want to play on the C64. Most of the new games are a bit iffy, if you ask me. They all got the same sort of shit, what they think is nightclub, funky music type, shit. There is no creativity in the SID instruments anymore. That's the difference. See? They're all trying to be like Hubbard, I suppose. And they're failing miserably. But anyway, don't really care about new games. I think this is it. Yes! That actually looks quite nice. And how do we start the game, mate? Bloody hell. I want joystick. Ah, fucking hell. So it looks really nice. Is there any sound at all? There's no sound at all. That's a bit weird. Sly Spy has that slight problem. There is something there then to do with not even when you smash the windows. Ooh. So it looks really nice, but it's completely silent. I don't think that's a load error. Ah, come on, mate. Once you get off the curb, you can't go back on it. So you might as well not go. Although there are times where you have to go off the curb. So how are you supposed to avoid people like that? Because if you're in the road, you can't go all the way to the edge. And you mustn't waste the papers. I can't remember how you're supposed to know which ones get the papers and which ones don't. I suppose you can avoid people by going in this section. Ooh, that was a bit risky though. So the collision detection for the isometric stuff is not bad actually. Maybe only deliver papers to the ones with the mailboxes. Oh, I think I'm out of papers actually. Papers! Papers! Give us your daily paper. Yeah, anyway. Zoom past, chitty chitty bang bang, mate. so there's no papers to collect, so we've wasted our newspapers. There we go. So we'll be a lot less cavalier with our newspapers, I think. Well, I'm not actually looking forward to watching the rest of Game of Thrones, I must admit. I am actually out of shit to watch. I don't really want to watch Lost yet. Lost is like for emergencies, isn't it? Come on, mate. Ooh. Oh, man. I was doing quite well there. See. There we go. It's doing something here, unless you have to press space. No, it's not that. It is literally doing something. So, I don't know what it's doing when it's taking that long to do that. So. It's a bit weird that there's no sound at all. The graphics are nice, it moves quite well. You either like Paperboy as a game or you don't, so I'm not putting that as part of it. But as a conversion of Paperboy, apart from the lack of sound, it's really good. I'm no expert on the arcade game Paperboy, which is a rip-off of the C64 game Interview by Frontrunner Software. Just so you know, because there's no way that you know that game came out. Oh, you can't go back on it. Ah, crap. Interview came out before Paperboy came out in the arcades. I've checked this. So, just so you know. Plus level 2 of Interview is nothing like this, only level 1 of Interviews like that. But I reckon they ripped off Interview. So whoever wrote Interview and owns a copyright, you better get on with, you know, speaking to some lawyers, I would say, personally. We haven't accidentally turned, no, that is the full, so there's nothing like that. It feels a bit weird playing this game with no sound at all. It's like, what happened? You finished Paperboy yet? Nah, I still got to do something, but I've got to send it to the duplicators today. Oh shit! Here you go, just run it, is it? Yeah, exactly, mate. How are you supposed to fucking dodge that? Do you have to go right on the edge? That's a bit of a cunt. Well, I suppose you could. But then arseholes like that in a suit, just fucking... That's rude, man. I've done even... What, I've done better than last time, or is it not saving the scores properly? Well, not bad. Right, what else can we play, mate? Since I'm sticking these files together. Let's have a look in there. Let's come out the full CDTV archive. CDT archive, sorry. We've done that. Defend or Die, which I believe is Guardian. See, that would help. Wow, that's a short pause. There is no pause at all actually on this one. Okay, who's sitting behind me? You like getting squished, innit? Which one are you? You're the Coco, huh? Yeah, you are Coco, I can tell. You got manatee face, innit, bruv? So I'll be starting work in the kitchen tomorrow. Seeing as they finally emptied the recycle bin, which is absolutely full of ripped up cardboard boxes, I have to say. Oh shit. Yeah, that is a bit iffy, that is. Someone left a big pause in the tape there. So this one does seem to have enough of a pause for that business to happen. I'm getting people to hurry up already, mate. Yeah, there is a massive pause on that one. And that's really what they should all be like. But I guess you really have to like babysit these loaders. So yeah, we'll be starting work on the kitchen tomorrow. By starting work I mean we have to clear out an area where we can build a couple more cabinets, move some stuff around in the living room, find 3 storage boxes that are exactly the same size so I can put the heavy worktops on there. And that means to put the rest of the recycle stuff away. The actual recycle stuff, not the ripped up cardboard boxes for 10 million things that I unboxed once I finish this room and rearranged a few other things here and there. Let's hope the thing doesn't go off the cassette motor. It's not very comfortable sitting here babysitting the tape loaders. Yeah, you've got to watch out for that click and the sound of the tape motor going off. But I think someone has put in long enough pauses on the tape. So yeah, there is a few games we have to redo. Hunchback is one, and I think this should be okay. And Ikari Warriors is another one. Although if I was going to play Ikari Warriors on the Amstrad, I'm not just going to play it for like 5 minutes, because it takes 12 minutes to load as it is. Right, we're on block 14 of 22 at the moment. The little green bar graph thing in the Windows XP green LEDs bullshit does appear to be about 3/4 of the way along. So yeah, there is Guardian 2, but that's a conversion of Stargate, aka Defender 2. And I don't like Stargate as much as the original Defender, and they're both written by Alligator, even though I think one's released by someone else. So, man, I could murder a sandwich, but I don't have any bread. So I guess we're not having a sandwich then. Although famously, I made Rachel fall off her chair laughing. This is a Rachel I knew like 20 years ago, mate. Nobody on the internet. When I said I had a bacon sandwich without bread. And yeah, anyway. Right, it's the last bit of the turbo loader, so hopefully it'll work. There's a bit of messing about, but shit. Okay. So that's another thing you've got to be wary of. These are original tapes, and if they have bullshit like that, this is not going well. Right then, let's try Beachhead, I guess. Well, that saved me turning the machine on and off, I guess. Look on the bright side there, mate. Right, I'll put the camera off, I think. Well, it's doing the title screen, so I guess we have to have the camera on now. Even if it's a bit cockeyed. Never mind. Alright, Amiga, what you doing, buddy? Right, well, bit of a weird temperature last few days. What's going on with this stupid thing? Come on. Oh, it's actually loaded. Good, good. It says group end and then eject tape. That's a bit weird. Anyway. So get the ball rolling. Okay, easy. I was thinking this is my favourite section of the game. I don't know why the graphics are not the same as the C64 version, but anyway. Wow, the slowdown. Why are there two at once? I'm getting confused about the controls for the guns actually. Probably should have done the other way so you can see the tunnel thing, but I don't think we're going to be long playing this game on the first go or anything like that. No sir. So that is different, the fact that two planes attack you at the same time. So there's no way to actually get both of them really, because there's too much slowdown when there's two planes at once anyway. Amy, you're putting me off, mate. It's already more difficult than the C64 version. Actually, I haven't seen the Atari version for ages. I don't know if I've got the Atari version. Wow, look how many planes there are at the same time. 3. It's not like they haven't got the coding clock to handle that, so I don't know why they did it like that. Very, very rude, if you ask me. Don't actually like this section, I must admit. Right, well, I don't know why I'm going over there. Oh, they're firing from different things. Wow, he starts you at fuck all elevation and he's miles away. So you're getting hit many times. The elevation business goes up and down too much, as in the speed of it. Oh fucking hell. There's no explosion or anything. If you get a white splish splash, you're too close, and if you don't, then it's too far away. Still too close? How close is the bastard to me? There we go. So 0.5 degrees is 100 meters. So he's not even firing this one. No. It said right on there. Oh, that was the last one, wasn't it? 3 ships, so he should have 6 tanks. Yeah, we'll do something then. Fucking hell. Do we need all that bullshit? Oh, the scrolling is atrocious. Movement is a bit slower than the C64, but if anything that'll make it easier. So. Oh, actually it's getting worse now. This is the commando style of scrolling. It's like a solid background and they're just moving the objects. It's fake scrolling, sir. Fake. As long as everything's proportional, should be okay. Oh, we are on the easy level, so there is that. Is this actually longer than the C64 version? Oh, I suppose it's alright, really. It's not bad as such. I don't think it's as good as the Atari 800 version. That's probably the second best version. Oh, crap. Shit, how am I going to get in there? Annoying, very annoying actually. I wanted to see the big guns, the guns of Navarone. So yeah, I mean it's fine. There's nothing wrong with the game as such. You don't need super smooth scrolling for a playable game. It's like the old Rescue on Fractalus situation, as I like to call it. I'm not stupid, I know Rescue on Fractalus is much better on the Atari 800 than any other home computer, but if you didn't have an Atari 800 and you already had a different computer, then you know, you'd still buy it and play it. And it's alright on the Amstrad and it's alright on the C64, yeah, it's no problem. So I suppose it's the same sort of thing with this. Oh, it's so close. With the old pixels in it. Pixels. See, the first time you go through, you get like less resistance, so there's less like gun emplacements. But that one there really fucked me up that did. Oh, that's just... I wouldn't have been able to do that on the C64 version, if I'm honest. It's only because it's slightly slower here. Oh, that's a bit risky. So I'm just interested in this section now. How fast is this bit? Oh, this is very fast. Good, good. Oh, fucking hell, they've reversed the... Why is it slowing down now? That is not as playable, that bit. That's very annoying. So, time for another game. Star Raiders 2, battery light is flashing. You've got to move on, mate. So, this is basically what the loading was like on BMX Kids. So, There we go. It's nearly done. Not much left. So I didn't miss much. There was no loading screen or anything like that. I suppose it is a budget game, but no, don't do that, buddy. Okay. So there's no music at all. No sound at all. Oh, there is sound. Okay then. Oh, you have to get the wheels to go faster actually. And the cola as well. Oh, I missed it. The wheels are to fix. Oh man, I keep missing the cola. So the wheels are to fix the bent spokes on your actual wheels, and the cola makes you go faster, gives you a bit of a boost. They seem to have a mode 1, mode 0 raster split going on. So it's probably just as much fun as a 2-player game. There's no music or anything like that.